It's also letting go of perfection. I
Yeah,
think that
and
a lot of
control.
people are like, oh, we're going to have Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and everything's going to go perfect. It's impossible for anything to be perfect.
Three, two, one, go!
You're listening to Squeeze Limes, where truth stings, laughs heal, and nothing's off limits. I'm Tyler, the daughter.
I'm Robin, the mom. And if life gives you lemons,
We're squeezing limes instead.
so grab a seat, open your mind, and get ready to laugh or cry because we're not here to play nice.
We're here to get real.
Hi.
Hi.
We're talking about when we go home for the holidays, how people can be prepared because it's kind of anxiety provoking,
Yes.
right?
And why do you think that is?
Because when you go home, you're going right back into a place where a lot of times are not very welcomed or give you anxiety because you're remembering things, of course, the negative things that may have happened amongst the people that will be sitting at the table for the holidays or the coming over to your parents' house or just your parents' house in general. I mean, it depends where you're going. It's about the people that come back into your life just on these holidays. And sometimes it's always the same old jokes, like the dad jokes at the table or the siblings joking around with each other.
Everyone falls back into the same roles.
Pretty much. Yeah. And that is sad because people grow
Right.
and everyone grows, I hope. But no one is acknowledging that part, and I feel like that should be a really good, maybe, lesson at the table this year. Instead of saying we're grateful or rose thorn or whatever, it should maybe be, um, give us an update on your year.
Mm.
Like, so they get to know that person in real time.
If they don't already know that person.
Right, but I'm talking about everyone at the table.
Yeah.
Give us, 5 things that you're proud of that you did this year
Yeah, that's a good idea.
about yourself, you know? And
Right.
that's like self-esteem.
Yeah, show your growth, show what you've done,
Stand up
show.
tall.
Yeah. Um I think that's a good idea. I think it's hard for a lot of people to like we just said, they go back into these roles. And so if sometimes in certain families, although everyone for the most part wants growth and it's important to grow as an individual and a person and a collective, I think sometimes and people without knowing it unconsciously will shame growth.
Mm.
So let's say in terms of food, me and my husband have a really hard time with this around holidays is, portion control. And especially because it's like sweets galore and there's this and that, and there's so much that everything's delicious and you want a bite of all of it,
Right.
and it's accessible 24/7, especially if you're, staying in someone else's home. And for us, that's our case. We're staying at our in-laws and they have, the most delicious treats the whole time we're there, if we're stay there for Christmas. And we actually just had a conversation with them about lessening the food
Mhm.
to help us and everyone make healthy choices because, they're also on a healthy path too. The whole family is. I mean, it's
Oh, so
amazing.
then obviously that will change.
Right. And so we're like, okay, let's like kind of steer away from tradition a little and let's, reel it back and like focus on our growth and our health
That's nice.
and it's wonderful. But I do feel like there are some families that might shame it like, oh, you don't want just one more bite or just try this or like, and well knowing that that person is trying to be healthy or trying to lose weight or trying to whatever the case may be or trying to just be more intentional with the way they eat, reading their body and their cues. I think some people shame around it without trying to hurt someone. but it's
Right, because
very
it's like
common,
they
like
made this or there's Aunt
right.
Sally made this, like, you have to have another bite, it's amazing, like
Yeah,
and then you trick yourself into thinking like, "Well, I'm not gonna have it for a whole year, so I might as well."
right, and people are like, "It's just the holidays, who cares?" Or you're
Well,
like,
but
some people are
I
on
get that too.
vacation, like, "Oh, it's just vacation." Like, no, you get to choose for yourself what you
Well,
wanna do.
I think that's really the bottom line, right? So, it's not about what's in your house and what's behind the cupboards or what your in-laws having or Aunt Sally made, it's about what your willpower and determination
Right, but like
is.
we
It's
said,
hard,
when
it's
you
so
go
hard.
back into the same roles and the same routines, that's a really hard habit to
Yeah,
break.
so I guess focus, like a new focus before you go is probably really important, and setting a tone f for yourself and for your family is probably a very smart thing to do,
Right, just being
and that's like a
open and
refocusing.
yeah, and communicate.
Yeah,
And, hopefully they respect, your well wishes and what you are trying to do. And, um, it's so wild that there's shame around healthy habits or trying to build a healthier life. Like people, run the turkey trot or something for Thanksgiving. And
they do.
you're like, oh my gosh, you're running. Like I could never. And it's just like healthy habits should be praised. It
Absolutely.
shouldn't be put down.
So you're saying if someone says, "I could never," that's a put down to the person who just ran?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so what
I
if you
don't
say
think
I
that's
mean, but you're
nice.
like, "Oh my god,
I
that's
mean, that was
amazing."
right.
Yeah,
Period.
period, right.
I think that's like the
Yeah,
piece that's
yeah.
so
The extra
important.
piece kinda, like,
Just
makes it a downer.
right. Like, oh, I couldn't. I could never. You know, oh, like that sounds so hard or like you're crazy for running 5 miles,
Well,
whatever
that's
it
what
is.
I'm saying, your perception and your perspective, I think, have to be realigned before you get to that holiday, and that
Right.
family dynamic and extended family dynamic, because everyone does go they do go back to their roles,
Right.
and they don't have to, and so
Yeah.
refocusing and balancing and having gratitude for where you are today and speaking to that,
Mhm.
I think is really important, and you kind of lead with that.
Right, you communicate your
Also,
needs
yeah,
and your wants and maybe your expectations for this year
right,
and just say, this is the path I'm on. I would like you all to respect this. And you just say it ahead of
100%.
time. You set those boundaries, you set those expectations with hopes
And you
that
can
they
only
follow
hope,
them.
right, exactly.
And if they don't, then you reiterate your boundaries,
Or you
you
refocus or you
you
remove
refocus
yourself.
or you leave.
No, you don't leave.
You can.
You could just leave
You can.
to, like, go to the kitchen or go to the bathroom or go, like, "I'll be back in a minute," and just, like, really do some breathing and refocusing and realizing that, you know what? Maybe they're the same, and that's their path, and that's
Right.
kinda sad for them, but it's not for you, and you're a family member, and you want to sit at that table, and you just wanna be proud that you are, and that's the refocusing. It's also letting go of perfection. I
Yeah.
think that
In
a lot of
control.
people are like, "Oh, we're gonna have Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and everything's gonna go perfect." It's impossible for anything to be perfect.
Yeah.
So letting go of what this vacation's gonna be or what this holiday is gonna be or how, people are what time people are coming and where we're gonna sit, like, let it go. It will happen the way it happens. You could plan, and that's great,
Yeah, of
and you could
course.
set it up, but you know what? It is gonna be the way it is, and the people are gonna
Yeah.
be the way that they are. It's about you and going inward and changing the dynamic of the state of your being.
Right. And understanding like letting people be themselves.
Right. You're not asking anyone to change. You're asking them to see you differently. And
Right.
it's not talking about them. It's really talking about you.
Right. And I think a big part and struggle for a lot of people is when you do go home for the holidays, it is about the other people. because either they don't honor your growth or they're not the kind of people you might want to surround yourself with to be the best version of yourself. Or it's
Well, but
just,
I mean, that's why we can't pick our family.
you can though.
Well, you can pick your friends that look like family.
I believe that, I do strongly believe that family is really important. And yes, you don't pick your blood relatives.
That's what I'm saying.
Um, However, there are certain families that it is quite harmful. And if it is no longer the case that you can be around
Oh,
them,
that's a different story altogether. Then you don't.
that's what I'm saying.
Then you really
Then
choose.
you go
You have to
choose
choose
your
yourself.
own family.
You have to choose yourself. You have to choose the people that you are feeling comfortable with.
Mm.
And if those are best friends or someone else's parents or whatever, then
Right.
then that's the way to go.
Right, exactly. But in the case of your own family, there's always going to be people in the family that you might not vibe with or 100% get along with. And like you said, it's at the end of the day, it's internal. You have to just let them be let
Rebalance
them and focus on what you need and
and how you speak and how you
yeah, how you act.
command respect and what you speak to at that table.
Mm,
So that's why I think it probably is kind of a good plan to say, what are the three things you are so proud of that you've done the past year? Like we get holiday cards, right? And they're all written about what their whole year was, each family member. And why not speak to them about that? Why can't they go around and do that with each other at that table, at that holiday, as
maybe they
opposed
do.
to, no, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Instead of saying, what are we grateful for? I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for I'm alive. I'm great. You know what I mean? All those,
Yeah.
talk about all those things that you're so proud of in person.
Hmm.
That is changing the trajectory of your family. And maybe that can be
Hmm.
a new tradition. I think it's a really cool thing.
Yeah. I think both can be true. I think you can still, focus your if you're celebrating Thanksgiving like around gratitude and then
Well, of
speak
course.
to grow throughout the year, or Christmas or the New Year, Hanukkah, whatever it is, whatever holiday anyone celebrates. But I think yeah, I think that's a cool idea just to show your family, like, if they are not in the loop, especially nowadays, because people will post it on like social media, like, hey, I got a new job. And then they talk about it for 2 seconds, but it's not a conversation at the table.
Right.
And
So if you're
I think that's
bringing
huge.
three
Yeah.
things you're proud of the most that happened to you this year, then that's a conversation starter, and
Yeah.
then it goes around the table and it's all positive. And and even though maybe 3 people out of 7 are at that table may know that, maybe the others don't. And if they all know about it, then you're just reiterating your confidence, your self-worth, and you're
Yeah.
putting it out there on that day.
Yeah.
It really changes the pattern, I think.
Yeah. The only thing that's like popping into my mind right now, just playing like devil's advocate, is it I feel like in certain family dynamics, especially like around siblings, it could end up being either a trigger or it could be a competition of like who had the better year, who did what, who did more. Like,
Well, you're saying it. You're not asking people, "What do you think I did this year? Tell me all about myself." You're
no, I'm
saying,
saying
"I
you
am
hear
proud."
someone else's three best things they did, and you're like, oh, shoot, like I didn't
Mm,
do anything that grand this year or, that great. Like,
well, does it have to be so I mean, it's just something you're proud of.
no, of
I'm pretty
course.
sure that
I'm
within
just
1 year, a
saying.
person has 3 proud things.
I'm just saying that in certain family dynamics, it could
Maybe.
come across as competition
And maybe
or
they could say
put
that.
people
"You
down.
know what? I'm not like, that's amazing that you did all that or that I'm so proud of you, or you're awesome, or whatever.
Mhm.
I didn't do anything that extraordinary. So that's not
Mhm.
okay.
That goes to the
That's
same thing that
right.
I just
That
said
I'm no, I'm saying I'm
of,
trying to replay it.
oh,
Yeah, I don't think that that's healthy.
right.
So,
That's what I'm saying is like, or even like internal, like, oh, this person just got a new job. They just bought a new house. They
mm,
just got engaged. And
oh
like,
wow.
here I am. Oh, was laid off.
Oh,
I'm just saying to hear someone else do better than me.
but that's
Like,
in your mind. Like,
yes, it
why
is
is
in
that
my
better? Why is
mind.
that better? Why is that better?
Better's better.
You have a house. I'm just saying, like, why is that
In
better?
just this year, we're just talking about the year. We're not talking about our
What are you
accomplishments
proud of this
over
year?
life.
I'm proud of my podcast. I'm proud of my children. I'm proud of my granddaughter.
It's beautiful. Those are the things that you're proud of that are not something that you've done, though.
I've done,
Well, you've done one of the three.
I constantly do all three.
Okay, so then you would rephrase it
I'm
as,
proud of myself for being a great mom. No.
yes,
Oh, okay. No. Okay. That
absolutely.
sounds a little strange.
No, I think that
I'm proud of myself for helping you with Dylan. I'm proud that I get to be with her. I'm proud that I take the time to be with her. Proud that I've given myself the time to be with her.
you're proud that you're a present grandmother.
Woohoo!
You should
But
be
I'm
able to say
also,
that.
yeah, no, I know. It's the same thing, right?
No, because you just said helping you.
No, right. But then I rephrased. I'm proud that I have taken the time off of my life, from my life, to be with her.
That she is a part of your life.
No, but I'm proud that I stopped working full time to be with her.
Okay,
I'm proud of myself for that.
good.
Okay. I'm proud of our podcast. And it's hard, I guess. What else am I proud of?
I think maybe keeping it to gratitude is better.
I'm grateful for.
Yeah. What are you grateful for
Well,
this
but
year?
that's the whole thing, is that that's what
That's
we're
the whole
talking about.
holiday.
Well, that's what I know, but we're also talking about how to change your mindset and show people that you're different and showing up differently, so they don't keep on thinking that you're like the same old
But you can
person at
show
the
that through
table.
your gratitude and show how proud you are.
Okay, so go ahead. You're grateful for.
I'm grateful for my daughter who is learning and growing rapidly and showing me the most incredible ways of being a human.
Beautiful. Boom.
So do you're grateful.
I'm grateful to be alive and to watch your daughter and you watch your daughter and watch my son be happy, and I'm and my family, every single one of them. I'm very proud of. I'm proud of my husband. I'm proud of his children. I'm proud of um, my sisters and their children. I'm proud of your dad. I'm proud of people who
You're
show
grateful.
up. I'm grateful, not proud. Yes, I'm grateful.
You could be both.
Yeah, I think I am both.
Yeah.
I'm just really grateful to have uh, a family that comes together
Yeah.
and celebrates the wins,
Yeah.
because that's what I've seen this year more than anything, is that my
Hmm.
family has stepped up for the wins, and I really appreciate that.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
So I think we should kind of revert a little bit and just say,
What we're proud
do your
of.
normal, what are you
Go
grateful
back
for?
to, well, this whole podcast is worth nothing then. Please feel free to feel shitty at the holiday table. Just say what you're
No.
grateful for. Oh my God. That's
No,
a
I
good
think
psychological mind fuck, but okay.
no, I think showing you're grateful is for certain things and for your life and the more specific you can get, the better. I think that in itself shows growth. And sure, you can still say you're proud of things and, share your accomplishments you've made this
Yeah.
year. But, you
Okay, so
know,
when somebody at the table is trying to get you to, like, be the same person and tell the same jokes or shame you for, like, having another, like, is this your 3rd helping? Like, that kinda thing or whatever it
ew.
is. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. There's so many worse things than that. Um, that how do you shut it down? Let's talk about that. Let's just talk about how you shut it down in real time.
Well, maybe we need to go topic by topic. I mean, you brought up food shaming. So that in itself is like if someone is helping them to a third serving and, your Uncle Jerry is saying like, "Oh, that's your third serving." Like, what should your response be? Y
How is that your business?
Sure, that's one.
Or I mean, yeah. How about, like, yeah, just leaning in? Totally, yeah, this is the best food ever.
Yeah, that's another option.
Or you could say, "Fuck off."
That's a third
That's not
option.
grateful. No, I think that, like,
Or
heavier subjects have, really come into play. When
no, I think
everyone
that
goes
is
back into their
no,
own
no,
little
no.
corner.
Wait, that is the most common thing I hear
Oh, not me, but okay. I
is
get that.
food shaming,
Yeah, no, I get that you're
whether
saying that.
you're eating too little or too much or whatever, like you're eating healthy, like we've talked about, you get made fun of eating salads all the time, but that's a healthy choice. Like, why should that be a shame? It
I
shouldn't.
don't have shame around it.
Other people shaming you. I'm not saying that you
Oh,
feel shame.
okay. I think it's so weird to me.
Right. So if someone at Thanksgiving dinner is deciding just to have the salad and the veggies and the meat, and that's their meal instead of the pie and the gravy and the
Mashed
mashed
potatoes and the sweet
potatoes and
potatoes
the
and the streaming casserole.
right,
I'm
like
so hungry
the
right
works. I know,
now.
same. But like, just I think that there's certain things you can say and you can do whatever you feel comfortable with. Like you said, you can say fuck off. You can say like mind your own business or like,
That's what I'm
yes, that
saying.
is what
Don't
I'm
take
doing.
it. Instead of taking it and feeling shitty about yourself,
But
speak to it.
it's not saying that you're feeling shitty about yourself. It's drawing those boundaries with other family members.
And
So
in real
I
time, what would you suggest you say?
hmm. Always for me, I come up with really good responses later, which bugs me. In the moment, usually when someone says something that I like need to set a boundary around or I'm like shocked by, li- I sit there in shock.
Yeah, it is shocking. That's why people don't know what to
Like
do. They
like
get
the
like
other
frazzled.
day, for example, so my daughter has a gender neutral name, as do I.
As do I.
And right. And told someone her name and they were like, "A boy's name? How could a girl have a boy's name?" And it was like a
Oh,
whole
wow.
thing.
Really?
And I was just like, and the wife was like, "Don't even mind him." And I'm like, "I'm not." Like, because I really don't care.
Did you tell him your name?
But I did. So first of all, I was in shock. And then I was like, "What do you think my name is?" I'm like, "Hello, Tyler." Like, whatever. And then I was just like dumbfounded. But then later I came up, I actually, I went to Johnny and I said that to him and he was like, "You should have come back with," he comes from 3 generations of the same name. And so he should have said like, "Well, you're real original in naming your children."
Okay.
But I was like, that's kind of funny.
It kind of
Um,
is, yeah.
but it's just like silly things like that that you need to set boundaries around. So if someone's commenting on something I'm eating, for example, because it is really common. Um, and it really shouldn't be. Like, don't comment on what people eat or don't eat or whatever. I don't know, like, say mind your own business. Like,
How is it your business? That's what I said.
yeah. Or
How is it
like why
how is this affecting you? Like,
or like why do you care about what I'm eating? Like,
right,
period.
right.
Why is
Why are
my
you
food
looking at my
choice
plate?
why is my food choice a
Tend
topic
to
of
your own
conversation?
garden. So many things that you could say.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes. Why is your food choice a topic of conversation?
Right.
Why?
Right.
How sad.
Right.
Like, I would be like, do we have better things to talk about than what's on
Or
my
say that.
plate? Right,
Say that.
right, right,
I'm sure there's something better we can talk about than my food choices. Thank you.
right.
But I know there's actually like really funny ones out there. If you have a good one, tell
Oh,
us
definitely.
because I want to know. Like,
Before
what do
Thanksgiving.
you guys, our listeners, say if you need to set a boundary around something? And right now we're just talking about food shaming, but it could be anything. Like, what do you have to say? Share it. What's another thing that boundaries need to be set around?
You mean like discussions that would be like drinking alcohol, maybe? Like, have another beer, Johnny, or
Or
not
you're not
Johnny, not
drinking?
Johnny. It's
Yeah,
like it's a,
I know it's common.
I know. Um, or you're not drinking, right? Or, but no, I think there's more like psychological because when people go back into the family dynamic, it's really backwards so many years that it could take a hold of like that you're back to being a child and you're sitting at,
I mean, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of psychological um placement in families. Like there's the scapegoat, the the kid that who is an adult now that's always like the jokester and trying to like keep everything light and like, hey, let's change the subject, like that kind of
Mm,
thing. Um, there are subjects that for sure maybe shouldn't be talked about.
politics.
Most likely politics.
Except,
Unless you're all I don't know, it's
honestly,
kind of like a fun topic now because it's so
so
funny and sad
and
at the same time.
terrible.
It's terrible, so
I
but
I
then
actually
that might just
think,
blow up.
and this is maybe a conversation for another time, I actually don't understand why politics are so secretive.
Is that secretive?
Well, then why do people say don't talk about politics?
Because it can get heated so badly that you then end up not even
Which is then
ever having a conversation or a
right.
friendship again.
Right. Which
Yeah.
is why it is even more important to lean into those conversations because if you're so isolated in your own thought process and your own beliefs that you're not able to communicate with someone that is the opposite of you, then there's a problem there.
No, I don't think that people can't communicate about their
Well, you just
preferences.
said you
I
can't
said it's
if you
best to
communicate
not.
right. So if you can't communicate about it,
Well, I
then
think I
and then you
communicate about
leave
my preference all the time.
and then
To
you leave the relationship and no longer hold the relationship, I think that that shows that we're not communicating just as a country about the things that are really, really important.
right.
So keeping silent actually
So,
isn't
okay.
good.
So if you're really talking about politics, when you are so far one way or the other, then you are not caring about the same beliefs at all.
Absolutely. And I think it's important as an individual to be able to disagree with someone and still hold your own beliefs
Oh, yeah,
while
absolutely.
being respectful and
Right.
truthful
Right.
and honest with them and yourselves.
Absolutely. And
And
some people you can do that with, and some people, and this day and age, I feel like it's so in my whole life of 60 years is the most divided ever.
of course it is.
So
It's
it's
awful.
super hard to have that conversation because I could turn on the news and see
Yeah.
things that are upsetting to me. And why would I want to be upset at my at my holiday table, I wouldn't. So I would refrain from politics if there are different
Right.
views. But I absolutely like when I watch the news, I watch multiple news um
Channels.
channels, and because I want to know what's really going on out there. Uh, m- I don't depend on
Well,
one.
of course, you're trying to educate yourself and in our
Absolutely,
world, in our
absolutely.
nation. I think it's just a matter of I think it's just silly to tell people that you should not talk about
It
certain
I
topics.
don't think anyone's telling anyone not to. I'm just
We
saying
just said
the
that.
thing to do well, I mean, I'm just recommending
Well,
because you just wanna
exactly
keep
my
it light.
point.
Light politics are not light right now. There's nothing light
No, of
about a
course,
government shutdown or people starving, no.
and I think those are the most
Or people
important.
being snatched up and taken away. I mean, it
Right,
gets bad.
and those are the most important conversations to be
Right, but there
held.
are people, so maybe at that table or extended families or friends of family, whatever it is, that come and they believe that it should be worse than it is. Like, get them all. Like,
I get that,
so I don't want to be around that.
totally,
Okay.
and I think it depends. I'm just saying in general, it doesn't have to be at the holiday dinner table. I'm just saying it's silly to me when people are like, "Don't bring up politics," or, whatever. Anyways, moving on from politics, what's another thing at holidays that people struggle with going back to their families?
I think they just regress. I think people
We said that.
historically regress, and I think that's the biggest thing.
So what something else?
Um, struggle or how to get out of it.
What do you mean get out of the
Maybe we should
holiday?
talk about like the positive things you can do to prepare yourself to go.
Go ahead.
Well, I said realign, focus, um, take a step back, realize what you're worth, and
Mm,
approach approach, driving or flying in a different way over there. And as you said, like letting go of expectations because the thing is that we all think about it. So I'm just
so
saying, but people have so much anxiety about for so long about Thanksgiving, and then 1 second later, it's Christmas and Hanukkah, and it and then the New Year, and then everyone makes their wishful, goal, and I believe in none of it.
mhm.
Truly, I think it's the biggest self-sabotage ever. So if you can let go of how things are going to go before you get there, it's a big waste of energy. It's an energy suck. So it's like come
Yeah.
back, keep on coming back to the day and the time and where you are. So cognitive behavior therapy is what is the date? What is the time? Where am I? And bring yourself back there. When you go too far into the future, there's no reason that you have to exert that energy that you have you're like making up stories over
Yeah,
and over,
totally.
and then you're living them
Right.
without even being there. By the time you get there, you're exhausted and already pissed off. So it's like, just
Yeah.
go with the day, be on this
Right.
day and
Right.
breathe into it.
Right. Yeah.
So the juiciest part of holidays is
Be yourself. Let go of expectations. Let others be them.
stay on the day.
Stay on the day. Go through the facts, not what's made up in your mind.
And know who you are.
And then be grateful that you have family to go to if you do.
If they're nice.
Okay, peace. Love you.
Happy holidays.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Be sure to follow, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a good squeeze.
Of course, everybody needs one.
See you next time on Squeeze Lives.